As soon as it was morning, the chief priests held a consultation with the elders, scribes, and the whole council. They bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate, who asked him,
"Are you the king of the Jews?"
You say so.
The chief priest continued to accuse Jesus of many things. Again, Pilate asked him,
"Have you no answer? Look at the many charges that they have brought against you."
But Jesus made no further reply, and Pilate was amazed. Now at the festival, he was accustomed to releasing one prisoner for them, anyone whom they asked. There was a man named Barabbas who was in prison with the rebels who had committed murder during the insurrection. The crowd came and asked Pilate to do for them what was his custom.
"Do you want me to release for you the king of the Jews?"
For Pilate realized that it was out of jealousy that the chief priest had handed over Jesus. But the chief priest stirred up the crowd to have Pilate release Barabbas for them instead.
"Then what would you have me do with this man you call the king of the Jews?"
Crucify him. Crucify him.
"But why? What evil has he done?"
But the crowd shouted all the more.
Crucify him. Crucify him.
So Pilate did as the crowd wished. He released Barabbas, and then after flogging Jesus, he handed him over to be crucified. The soldiers led Jesus out in the courtyard of the palace, that is the governor's headquarters, and they called together the whole cohort. They stripped him of his clothes and put a purple cloak on him. They twisted some thorns into a crown, which they put on his head, and they began to salute him.
Hail, King of the Jews.
They struck Jesus in the head with a reed, spat on him, and knelt down in homage to him. After mocking him, they stripped him of the purple cloak and put his own clothes back on him, and then they led him away to be crucified. While en route, they compelled a passerby that was coming in from the country to carry his cross. It was Simon of Cyrene, the father of Alexander and Rufus. They brought Jesus to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull. They offered him wine mixed with myrrh, but he did not take it. Then they crucified him and divided his clothes among themselves, casting lots to decide which each should take. It was 9 o'clock in the morning when they crucified him. The inscription of the charge against him read, "King of the Jews." And with him they crucified two bandits, one on his right and one on his left. And those who passed by derided him.
Aha!
You would destroy the temple and build it in 3 days. Save yourself. Come down from the cross.
In the same way, the chief priests and the scribes also mocked him.
He
saved others,
and yet he cannot save himself. Let the Messiah, the King of Israel, come down from the cross now, so that we may see and believe.
Those who were crucified with him also taunted him. When it was noon, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon. At 3 o'clock, Jesus cried,
Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani,
which means, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Some of the bystanders heard him. They said,
Listen, he is calling to Elijah.
A man ran, filled a sponge with sour wine, put it on a stick, and gave it to Jesus, saying,
Wait, let us see whether Elijah will come to take him down.
Then Jesus gave a loud cry and died. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. When the centurion, who stood facing Jesus, saw how he breathed his last breath, he said,
Truly,
this was the Son of God.